I've talked about the origins of this oddity before. Fact is, what we call the Reformation, which began that split between the dominant Roman Catholic Church and all those Protestantisms that then cropped up, the Reformation introduced extreme doubt into the minds of many Europeans. As the fractures turned into chasms, various strains of Protestantism just kept splintering and splintering, and doubt just kept growing and growing and growing. It even resulted in humanism. The resulting wars of religion in Europe killed, starved, and displaced hundreds of millions of people, eventually spinning off the Pilgrims and the Puritans and the Presbyterians and the Lutherans and all those sorts of Baptists and also Universalists and Unitarians, those that eventually became humanists in this congregation. Here's what many miss about all that falderall that seems so long ago. It's this: we are still living in it. What came out of the disaster is the notion that something called religion can be separated out from other aspects of life. In order to stop the killing, Europeans began identifying things called religions. Thus, people could say, "Hey, I'm a Unitarian, please don't kill me." And certain flavors of Christians wouldn't kill you, and other flavors of Christians would kill you. And then, slowly, Europeans and their colonists began to fetishize this thing called religion. This new concept swept through Europe. Then Europeans, with this new concept of religion as being distinct from other forms of human activity, swept across the globe, colonizing peoples. When they showed up somewhere, they said, "And we're Christian. Christianity is the only true religion. What are you?" Well, you better convert, because obviously you're wrong, because we're sweeping the world with Christianity. In comparing, well, yes, those Europeans always decided that their brand of religion was the right and proper one, and the other peoples were lacking. What the colonizing Europeans missed, and what's easy to miss today, is that for most human beings in most places, what we call religion is actually culturally based. It's just another thing that you do because you happen to be from that particular place. You honor your dead in a particular way, you get married in a particular way, and you eat food and dress in particular ways. Sure, the peoples on our planet have gotten considerably more homogenized in the last few centuries, but the fetishizing of certain practices as required or prohibited by certain labels we call religion is still a very odd concept. It worked to stop the European religious wars, but it became its own kind of monstrosity. And if my crystal ball is working properly, that fetishization of what we call religion is what Americans are more and more ignoring with this movement that we call spiritual but not religious.